Okay, I'm going to make a quick version of how to can your green tomatoes from your garden so they won't go bad and you'll have them all year round. Fill up your canner with water. Okay, slice your tomatoes. Here I have 2 beefsteaks, smaller ones. We just couldn't wait any longer, so I'm going to go ahead and use these for our fried green tomatoes that you can keep all year round. Slice them up. I'm going to slice them in pretty thick slices, not too thin. Pretty nice thick slices. Boy, they're pretty, huh? Can you see that? It's beautiful. Clean tomato. Smells good too. It has that fresh green smell. I'm not going to get too many from this. That's why I'm only going to do like 1 pint, because I think that might be about all I'm going to get out of these. I'm going to take this little corner outside off. Okay. There we go. Looks nice. Beautiful. Then you put them in your jar. Okay, they fit nicely. Put them in your jar. All right, then you add hot water to them. You can make a brine. You can put seasoning in it, anything you want to put in it. So I'm going to make my brine and I'll be back. Now you fill it up with hot water. Okay, you put your brine, but you could use seasonings or whatever you want to use, whatever you like your tomatoes to taste like. And you put your brine in. Cover them up with your hot brine. I like to go up to the neck of the jar, which is usually 1 inch headspace. Okay, then after you do that, you add 1 teaspoon of salt. Need my salt. I use Himalayan salt all the time. It's not ruined by man's hands. Himalayan salt, or you could use pickling salt, whatever kind you want to use. And there's also Redmond's. It's really good. Doug and Stacy, Off Grid with Doug and Stacy on YouTube. They talk about Redmond's all the time. I like them. So 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm also going to put in maybe 1/2 teaspoon of alum, which keeps your pickles and everything crispy. Or you could use pickle crisp, something they call pickle crisp. Probably has different names. Put that in there. Then I will use a teaspoon of vinegar. Some people use ACV. I'm just going to use a teaspoon of this kind of vinegar, the regular. And be careful of vinegars. You guys hear about vinegars? What's happening with vinegar lately? They are selling one type for another type. It's something about they're selling 5s for 9s, 5% for 9%. Everybody thinks they're getting 9% and they're getting 5%, or vice versa, however that goes. So be careful of the vinegar that you use, because there's some vinegars you can't use for canning. All right. And then, let me get my towel, my clean towel. Wipe the rim. You don't have to worry about using vinegar to wipe the rim because there's nothing greasy here. All right. Put the lid on. Finger tight. Then I'm going to take it over to the canner. Then you take it to the canner. In this case, I'm only going to do 1 pint. This is a wide mouth pint. Okay. And put it in. Hot, hot, and hot. Now that doesn't go all the way above the jar. So what you want it to do is go approximately 2 inches above the jar. Since we're hot water bathing, we're not pressure cooking. I'll put a little bit more in. You want the water to go 2 inches above your jars. That's about it. That's good. A little bit more, I guess. Yeah, because it's not going to be in long anyway. And you could put a little vinegar in the water whenever you're canning. Sometimes people have hard water or whatever. Put a little vinegar in your water. It stops your jars from getting messy and cloudy. And then put your lid on. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Can you see it bubbling? And you set this on top and just let it bubble. And once it starts to hard, don't time until it starts to hard bubble, because you were not pressure cooking. That's why you could either put the lid on or leave the lid off. And then once it starts to bubble real hard, count your 8 minutes. And I'll be back to show you what it looks like. Okay, it's bubbling, so now I'm going to time my 8 minutes. All right, and we'll be back. All right, I'm going to take them out now. And there they are. Oh, they're still boiling too. I hope you guys can see this. Can you see it? All right, let me put it on the table and I'll be back. All right, and there it is, guys. Guess what you just did? These are the green tomatoes that we just did. And you just saved your tomatoes for the next 5 years. You can have, they're going to stay like that. People have been known to keep these for 5 years. So you can have fried green tomatoes at any time you want. Thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, and stick with me because I have more recipes coming.